Game start. High score. Mission complete. Victory.
What's up, everybody? It's Doc Fortune here again. Getting back into playing some Risk of Rain because it's just my comfort game. Sometimes you really just want to feel powerful and fuck some shit up. And that's what's good about Risk of Rain 2. I always end up feeling powerful, and I always get to fuck some shit up and take out my problems and aggression on fictional video game entities. Mostly by shooting them in the face and stealing their lunch money so that I can use it to go buy Christmas presents. If only real life was so simple, right? So, trying to wrap my head around a situation at work. There's a guy who's kind of a stupid dickhead, and everybody talks shit about him behind his back because he's just really obnoxious and annoying, and he brings it on himself. And I'm one of those benevolent, empathetic dum-dums that stuck up for him, and he just was such a piece of shit to me last night. I'm like, why did I ever stick up for this dumb fucking loser? But then, you know, he got me mad and riled up, and now I'm dragged down to his level of being a fucking loser because I'm still talking about it right now to you. So, in the end, just try to realize that people who are stupid pieces of shit, it's their own problem. It doesn't have anything to do with you, really. Like, I know this just as well as anybody, because everybody that I work with has had a problem with this guy so far, but for some dumb reason I'm letting it still bother me, even though I know it's completely about him. So I'm coming into the game to take my aggression towards him out on monsters instead of choking him out in real life, because that is the optimal way to go. Yeah, you don't want to let yourself get dragged down by losers, so try to avoid choking them out in real life as long as, you know, you don't have a good reason, like self-defense or witnesses to back you up. My intended course of action is just going to be to ignore him until he doesn't exist. As I've successfully done that with a lot of people, eventually they just sort of fade out of existence if you ignore them. It's a lot more of a preferable course of action than getting into some kind of stupid dickheaded altercation with them, because that's only going to make things worse for me, right? It's not going to help me in any way. Got to consider these things in life, especially when you're dealing with stupid people, because I used to think that you could just sort of quit and eventually land in a job where everybody was cool and everybody got along and it was like, cheers, everybody knows your name. But that shit is not true. There's just a cast of characters that you're gonna have to deal with, and they show up again and again and again throughout your life. People think that they're individual, that they're unique, but a lot of them just fall into these types of shitty, stereotypical types of guys or girls. It's the same goes for women, but in this case the dickhead is a guy. And I've seen him a million times before. You know, he's not anything special or new, which is why I'm also mad at myself for still talking about it. But it's a character flaw. It's a character flaw of mine. I get upset and hold grudges. I'm a grudge holder. Definitely a grudge holder. I file it all away for a rainy day. Plot, plan, slow boil my revenge. I think that's what every sane person does. You have to be a crazy person to just go out and get your revenge immediately, right? You have to think about all the consequences and then plan a way to circumvent them. That's what a normal person does. Most of the people that I work with, I'm very fortunate that they're just generally good dudes. It's just this one guy. He's not even on my shift, so I don't know why I let people bother me, but they do. They bother me, and it's not an on and off switch. Like a lot of times when you tell people your problems or you ask them for advice, they're like, "You just gotta let it go, man." And I'm like, it's not a switch that I just turned on because I felt like being pissed off that day. Like I always think back to The Simpsons. They had this Treehouse of Horror episode where there was an evil Krusty the Clown doll that was trying to kill Homer. And he calls the support number. And the technician comes to check out the doll and figure out why it's evil and trying to kill him. And he looks on the back of the Krusty doll and there's a switch that says good and evil, and he's like, here's your problem, the darn thing was switched to evil. And I feel like that is the equivalent sentiment whenever somebody's like, you just gotta let it go, man. It's like, well, if I could have fucking let it go, I would have done it 30 goddamn years ago. If it was just that simple, I would have already letting the shit go. So you know, shut up with that just let it go shit. That's not advice. You just sound like a shitty Disney princess. That's not advice. This is pretty good. We're getting some decent items, so at least RNG is being a little bit nice to me. See the exit right there. I have okay stuff. I don't know if I want to just go hog wild looting this place. Could miss something really good, but I'm kind of happy with the stuff that I got. So I don't know. We'll play it out, I guess. Oh, this stupid thing's 80 bucks and it's not even going to be worth it by the time I get through farming up enough money to get it. But it's a health item. I don't think we have any. We have a rechargeable shield. That's pretty cool. I have a heal bot. I have a leech on my equipment. So that's pretty good. This will heal us on critical strikes. Not a huge fan of this item. I don't think it's situationally useful, like a lot of things are in this game. Situationally useful. Sorry about that. I zoned out for a second. Forgot that I was not just playing to my heart's content, doing whatever I feel. I was playing this game, caught up in the moment, having imaginary arguments with a dickhead that I'm not even on the same shift with, planning out the things that I'm going to say in the future to hurt his feelings, because that's the kind of petty asshole that I am deep down inside, and I just got lost in it for a second. So I appreciate you watching along as I silently worked out my mental health disorders. This is pretty good. I like getting attack speed on Huntress because her primary attack is just kind of an okay shot. The best thing about it is that it homes in, so if you're ever just trying to turn your brain off and not have to like actually aim at anybody, you can just sort of look in their general direction and hold the fire button down as Huntress. What is this? I don't know what that is. It's some kind of activatable equipment thing. It's kind of cool. We might come back for it after we end the level. Hey, let's see what this is. Critical hits. I'd rather have heals, so I'm just going to leave it on the ground. It's a piece of equipment that gives us critical hits over time for a little while. Just try to get some more items before I run out of the level here. Got some free money on the ground. I'm just running to pick it up real quick. Just gonna expedite this whole asshole farming expedition that I'm trying to go on in order to get up enough money to pick up all these Christmas presents I see laying on the ground. Well, we've got a little bit of money now, so that's good. I'm gonna take this health kit. I like it okay. And now you can see we've kind of like circled around back to the beginning of where we started, because all these open presents are laying on the ground. So let's just go ahead and fight the boss. It's this stupid ass jellyfish that I don't like, but we have a lot of cover right here where this thing spawns, so we can kind of get away from his super attack. The problem is all these little dumb flying buttholes are going to appear right above us, and we're all confined with them, and they do damage just fine to us regardless of having a super move or not, like the jellyfish does. The wandering vagrant, I should say. He's just a big stupid jellyfish that tries to kill you with a one-hit kill attack. We have a bunch of useless garbage items. We have the meat, which just gives you 25 flat health. That sucks. It's not good at all. I don't even know how many do you have to get before it becomes significant. It would be a lot. I don't see it really helping you as much as any other items. It's just a bad item. And then we have the key, which I hate. It's like an IOU for an item. So it's like maybe later in another level you can find a chest that this key will unlock, and then it'll still be a random piece of shit. So I am all about immediate gratification. I don't want delayed and still disappointing gratification, which is what this stupid key represents. So I throw it in the garbage the first chance I get. I recycle it and hope for a 3D printer that will give me a better option than the key. Found some money laying on the ground while I'm waiting for the enemies to show up so I can murder them and take their lunch money. I just want to see what's in this, if it's something I've never seen before. I'm pretty sure it is. So I have some lunar items that are not, they haven't been unlocked yet, so I always try to open those things just to see if it will show me something I haven't seen yet or unlock a new thing in my collection. Sticky bombs. Okay, I'm not super impressed with all the things that I'm getting for this run. Feels not the best. It's not the worst either. I've definitely had some stinkers in the last week. I think if you go watch one of my previous streams, it might even be the last one. I just got crap salad non-stop, like the worst items in the game, and like multiples of them. It was to the point where we even did this stupid like gimmick item, this shrine that only appears on Rally Point Delta, but it turns all of your items into of whatever rarity into one of your items. So if you have like a whole bunch of common items, like 10 common items, and 2 of them are different, kind of like what we have now. See how we have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It'll just randomly turn all of those into one of those items. So we might get like 10 goat hooves, we might get 10 shield regenerators, we might get 10 stun grenades or tri-tip daggers or whatever. So it's a weird shrine. It does the same thing for your green items, your uncommon items, and your rares, the red ones. I keep trying to do my move and I can see that it's off cooldown and it's just not letting me do it, and I'm wondering what gives. I tell you, what gives? I'm gonna give this equipment bot my supermassive leech, and the reason for that is the equipment bot just uses, I think, your item whenever it's on cooldown. You want to give it something that's kind of harmless and is always useful, so, you know, because it's not a person, it doesn't understand the opportune moments to activate things and use them. But gaining a bunch of HP for doing damage is always useful, so no matter when the robot uses it, it's going to benefit me. So I'm just going to give it to the robot. Same thing if it's like a damaging item, like the missile launcher. Sometimes I'll give to the equipment bot so I can have a second piece of equipment. But things like the Jade Elephant, which gives you a big burst of armor, it's not really great for that because, like, it doesn't know when you need that big burst of armor. I didn't mean to do that. I tried to buy this, but I still have enough, so that's okay. That's like a nature shrine or something. It just heals you if you stand inside this radius, so if you have like a bunch of them around the boss, it can be kind of useful to spam that out. I really would like to find a recycler. I'm not sure what it's called. Maybe it's a recycler. It looks like a little trash can. You put items you don't want into it, and it spits out scrap so that you can spend it later at 3D printers if you find a good one. Doesn't look like I'm finding very much else. I kind of use my shift move to shoot way up in the air and just gain some perspective, so I can kind of see what's going on. I don't feel like we're getting much off of this level. Maybe I should have looted it more, but it feels like we're just wasting a bunch of time doing nothing. So the Imp Overlord will come to you. You don't have to worry about chasing him down. You don't want to stand in his like melee tantrum that he just threw, because it does a bunch of damage. So try to avoid standing in front of him when he's doing that melee tantrum. You can see he'll start to appear in that circle, so you can throw out your whatchamacallit. Sorry, I almost died, so I got distracted. I can't really talk while I'm trying not to die. Your R button puts a giant circle on the ground and there's a hail of arrows that come out of it. So you try to place that on his little teleportation circle that shows you where he's going to appear. That way he appears and he's already standing in it before he has a chance to move out, and he just takes the maximal amount of damage from it. We're hardly doing shit to him because all these fucking peons keep jumping in the way and drawing our fire. That's the other thing about Huntress's attack, is it's not like really aimed, her primary fire. So it just shoots whatever's closest, and if you have a million shitheads standing in front of you soaking up all the fucking bullets, it's hard to kill the boss. That's one annoying thing about Huntress. I also don't have any good items that help me kill the boss. I don't have any extra boss damage. I don't have any big damage. I have a bunch of stupid fucking keys and slabs of meat in my inventory that don't do shit. So we're just slowly chipping him away like taxes until he dies. There we go, he's dead. I'm annoyed with this level, so I'm just getting out of here. Okay, there might be some cool stuff. I hate this level because it's really easy to die here. There's like, see how high up the level goes? There's all kinds of shit that'll just spawn in the sky above you and rain hell down on you until you're dead. And sometimes you won't even know it's there. Alright, I need another piece of equipment, so I'm just going to circle my way back around to this. Usually if you just run around, it'll create more enemies as you run into them, and then others will spawn while the clock keeps ticking up, so I generally find that it's not very productive to stand in one place and wait for enemies to spawn. You can sort of scout out different things and find out where they are as you build up money, and then kind of path your way along to them as you go. I'm going to go get this other piece of equipment before I spend all my money. That way I'll just have another cooldown. Where was it? Right here. There we go. This is actually a pretty good item. So it's a newer one that I've unlocked recently, but it creates like a lightning bolt and it does a bunch of damage. The reason, yeah, you can see right there that it's good is that it's a bunch of damage all at one time. So if you have an item like Kajaro's Band or Ruald's Band or Runold's Band, I don't know which one it is, it will proc off of that giant burst that the lightning bolt does from this item. And you can get a bunch of extra damage off of it in that way. I'm getting out of here because it seems like I'm just getting my ass kicked and there's not a lot of benefit to be gained. This is a healing item, so it's good, at least in my opinion. It'll help me gain health back on hit, so I think normally this guy is supposed to spawn from something, but maybe I'm just here too long, or they spawned him as a random boss. Sometimes things just, old bosses or new ones, current ones, whatever, they just spawn. And now that's just like, see, this guy doesn't have like a boss meter or a name or anything. He's just a regular part of the fucking map that I'm having to deal with. So this happens a lot in the later levels. See some stuff down here that I don't have enough money for. This is interesting. I don't really want to trade my goat hoof, but I would dump a bunch of items for shield belts and attack speed. That seems cool. Let's see what happens. I might still find a recycler, so we'll just keep looking around for that. Checking in here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, look! It's the stupid key box. Okay, this is actually pretty good, so it worked out this time, but It's RNG. So you never know if it's going to work out or not. Not seeing the thing that I need. So I'm just going to keep opening toys. No recycler. Another one of these stupid eyeball things is about to wake up, I think. I'm going to have 2 of them to deal with. Not too happy about that item. I just don't feel like it's that good. It's the elephant. I don't really need that. I don't think I would rather have this big damage item. I like big damage, and I cannot lie. Those other items, can't deny that they aren't as good. So you might as well just pick up some big damage. Alright, this is annoying AF. There's a bunch of crap. See, like now I want to use an item. So you'll notice there's a million fuckheads standing here aggravating me. And their goal is to just distract me with bullshit until more annoying fuckheads appear. And then I'll never get to use the goddamn thing that I'm trying to use. So this is like a lot of life works like this, right? Like if you're ever waiting on something to happen and it feels like it's taking forever, or you just, you know, you're on hold, or just start doing something important that it would be annoying if you were interrupted. And I guarantee you something will happen then. The thing that you're waiting on will suddenly interrupt you. Now that you've tried to start doing something else that's important, now the fucking guy, he wants to talk now. So, yeah, that's advice for hacking life. Just if you're ever waiting on something impatiently, try to start doing something else important, and I guarantee you some dickhead will interrupt you. It might even be the thing that you're waiting on. Let's go ahead and trade this. No big loss for that item. Finally got rid of that guy. We can trade this. No big loss. I want to get a bunch of shield belts and a bunch of attack speed because they are good together, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I'm getting fucked with by a bunch of assholes, so it's distracting me, if you'll forgive me. The shield belt is a really good defense item. That kind of hurts. I don't want to lose that. Attack speed helps us a lot. I don't even remember what I just traded right there, so hopefully it wasn't something too bad. Med kit, I'm okay with losing that. I have 5 attack speed now. I'm probably okay with that. I don't need to go hog wild, at least not yet. Might change my mind if I find some more useless bullshit laying around the map. Sure, let's take it. I don't know what it is. A missile drone. I've got a few other drones though, so somewhere I have missed the exit to the level. I'm not seeing it. I've lost sight of where to go. So I need to get to high ground and look for a bunch of sparkly bullshit floating out of the sky, and if I don't see that, then I know I need to go underground or inside. There it is. There it is. I see it. Let's just see what this is. If it's the missile launcher, I'll probably take it. Nope. It's a stupid item that I don't understand how it works, and it seems useless. Maybe there's like some kind of crazy good use for it, but I've tried it out, and it sucks. Hey, look, now here's the dumb recycler thing, so I don't have to worry about getting rid of items that I don't want. I'll just get rid of the ones that I do want to get rid of. See, I'm trying to use this thing, and all these fuckheads appeared suddenly out of nowhere. So, if you ever need to make something happen, if you're sitting around impatiently waiting, just try to do something else, and then the universe will interrupt you. Let's see, what else do I want to get rid of while I'm up here? Bunch of green stuff. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. I think that's good. Okay. As you can see, this giant eyeball asshole has awoken, so he's gonna come give us trouble, even though we already killed one of those things. He's gonna give us a little bit more. I'm gonna get one more attack speed, and oh! I was gonna try to get one more of these things, but these guys showed up to fucking kill me. And I didn't like it, not one bit. So I just grabbed my things and got the fuck out of there. And that was the last I ever saw of the stupid lizard dickheads. The end. Let me land on this thing really quick, and then I'll just fly back up to the sky and go to the exit. The stupid lizard dickheads are chasing me, so it might not be the end of them as we thought, but no worries there. We'll just kill them off with the rest of the monsters up here on the top of big old bullshit mountain, where we're fighting 3 goddamn jellyfish with almost no cover. I don't know why it's 3 jellyfish. I don't know, none of that shit. Seems pretty unfair. But it's random. So can't really complain too much. Wish there was a way I could lure those guys off the edge of a cliff somehow, but not a lot of options for that. If these dudes start doing their big stupid jellyfish attack, I'm just gonna jump off the face of the earth to avoid it. It's coming soon for sure, I can feel it. They're gonna do their big dumb jellyfish bullshit here anytime now, because they're getting lower, and when they get low on health, that's usually when they do it. Okay, we got rid of that guy. The big giant eyeballs up here to make us feel seen, I guess. Here comes the big bullshit thing that's almost killed me. Something was messing me up to where I couldn't move. It was also slowing me down, so I don't know. But the good thing about having is all this shield is, whoop. Just hide from this real quick. Yeah, see, we have to stand still to hide from that stupid thing. And then we just got blasted by some other horse shit. That's why I hate these goddamn jellyfish. Eat shit and die, jellyfish. So that's fun. We're gonna play Artificer now because Artificer just nukes these big pieces of shit to death, and she's super cheesy, and I'm tired of fucking around with nonsense. So charge up my Kamehameha and burst that guy to death. Haven't played Artificer in a while, but she's really fun, so I'm not super worried about it. The key thing is managing your jumps and your jetpack so that you don't just fall to your death from using your abilities. But her abilities are strong AF, so you should use them a lot and focus your build on abilities. One thing that's important to do is also make sure you're running. Artificer cannot fire and run, so you have to keep hitting the run button is something I'm going to have to work on, because you can pretty much fire and run non-stop with Huntress, and I've been playing a lot of Huntress, so... Artificer is about charging up your abilities and landing big three-pointers, big Hadoukens. I don't know what that is, but I don't want it. Lunar items are weird, and they just have like a big drawback, or they completely change the way that you play the game, so... Like, some of them are not bad in that, like, for example, your health is reduced to 1 and your entire health bar becomes a shield. Well, that's kind of good, because shield recharges faster than health, so as long as you don't get dropped to 0 anyway, which, you know, that would happen if you died, then you pretty much have super fast recharging health. So that lunar item doesn't feel like it has as big of a drawback, but then, like, especially for the Artificer, you have really good abilities. Well, some of the lunar items replace your abilities, and you have to decide, like, do I want this weird fucking extra ability, which a lot of them are strong, or do I just want to play with my, like, character the way it's intended to be played, with all the abilities that I'm familiar with? So, in conclusion, these are some of the reasons why I don't pick up lunar items. It felt like I was writing a book report there, sorry. You can see the Artificer just trivializes a lot of height problems, because she can fly straight up in the air on like a 3-second cooldown. So yeah, I'm missing not having a dash or anything like that, because I feel super slow. But I can always fly 10 million miles straight up in the air, and that's got to count for something, right? I'm not finding any money. No dudes are spawning, so we're just going to activate this combat shrine and make a bunch of them appear. There we go. I'm just waiting like it's the first of the month for my fucking abilities to recharge. It's something I have to get used to as Artificer. It's like I'm not constantly spamming out attacks like I am on Bandit or Huntress. But pound for pound, my attacks are just better in every way. As the Artificer, they're all very strong. I forgot how much these little stupid shitheads give me trouble, because I have slow moving projectiles that hit at awkward angles as Artificer. So this really basic dumb monster is giving me a hard time. Alright, the solution to that is you get more stuff. Probably should have taken the crowbar there, but I have a bunch of guys up in my face, so we're just going to benefit from the enhanced damage up close. It's a lot easier for us to get these kind of attacks off than it would be on, say, Huntress, because she just keeps everybody so far at bay with her range. We have a recycler, but we haven't found anything really all that bad yet, so... Yeah, it looks like we haven't found much of anything at all, and we've already like circled back around to where we start. So I'm just going into Air Force One mode, where I fly way high up in the sky and look for shit on the ground to buy. That's the best way to play the Artificer, is just, when in doubt, go a million miles up into the sky and look down on everything like the rich and famous do. Alright, we haven't found shit on this level. It's annoying. But we don't need to find shit with the Artificer because we are insanely busted. So we're just going to go up into the sky, make sure our jetpack's flying, throw an ice wall on the ground to freeze these dudes, and Kamehameha him them to death. I had like a brain malfunction where I couldn't talk right there. Sorry. Just want to fully charge this and lob it right on her stupid fucking face. She can't do anything about it because we're the Artificer. We just stay in the sky and say, deal with it, as we put on our troll face sunglasses. These dudes can fuck you up. But here's what you do. You just press R and you'll fly 10 million miles into the sky, and they'll look up at you like morons because they can't do shit about it. There you go, old chums. Just see, like, here's the annoying thing is, like, while we're killing these guys, a bunch more of them respawned. So I just got vertical there to fuck them up, and we want to go back to Kamehameha, waving this bitch in the face until she's dead. Your wall will not freeze her, but it does do damage. So just throw it out at your convenience. You can see we just charge our shit up, and Artificer just does big super bombad racing damage. So just gonna bomb everybody to death with the Artificer. Yeah, it's my Artificer song. I hope you liked it. If you didn't, just keep it to yourself. Nobody gives a fuck. Alright, and we're out of here. See you later, suckers. Right away I can hear one of these big assholes throwing his metal balls around. They make a very distinct sound, so I just want to get up in the sky because, you know, as a player, you're going to find that stupid shit that spawns in the sky is very annoying to deal with. And the same is true for the enemies. They are not good at shooting stupid shit in the sky either. So what you have to do is become the stupid shit in the sky. And that's what you get to do with Artificer. See, this guy tried to freeze me in his stupid ice ball death move, and we just pressed R and said, get the fuck out of here with that weak ass shit, you dumb son of a bitch. Just lob a Kamehameha. I tried to compensate. We don't want to go in this tunnel because it's keeping us from flying high into the sky. Like a butterfly, as often remarked upon by Reading Rainbow famously in their theme song. So we stay out of this tunnel because it's hard for us to dodge using our cheesy dodge move, which is R. It's the R button. We have 4 gunner drones. That's kind of cool. I'm almost hoping that we find an item called the backup, which calls in a bunch of drones. We can sort of combo them with all the drones that we already have and build a drone army. Then if we get fuel cells, it'll help us have extra charges on the backup. So yeah, it could be a fun time. Supposing we find all the right things. Crowbar. Okay, I was trying to see what the hell I picked up because there was a bunch of dead shitheads standing in the middle of it and I couldn't see. But I see some presents down below. Artificer is kind of the ultimate Santa's helper in that she can go very high into the sky and then just look down at the ground and kind of see where all the stuff is that you need to get to farm the level up. So it's one fun, advantageous thing about playing the Artificer. I would advise you try to like place your walls down and then walk through them or kite through them so that enemies follow you and walk into the wall, and then they get frozen, then they have an execution threshold, and then you can burst them down really quick like. Saw some money on the ground, so I'm just gonna get it. If you're ever playing Artificer and you can't figure out why you're not sprinting, it's probably because you're holding down your fire key, especially if you're playing Huntress or used to playing Huntress the way that I am. She can just shoot non-stop, so I pretty much just run and hold the sprint key down. That way, whatever I see, I'm just blasting it as it comes into my field of vision. This is a great item for us, except for the fact that we don't have an equipment, but I personally love fuel cells because whatever equipment you have is instantly better, because now you get twice as much of it. Get an extra charge. An extra charge on what's usually a very strong cooldown, almost like having an extra ability, but sometimes equipment is better than any normal extra ability that you have, or it allows you to utilize an item that's good with one charge, but really good with like multiple charges. So just picking that up because it's another drone to add to our drone army. I have 2 healing drones and 4 gunners. There's nothing that I have that's not worth trading for speed, so I'm just gonna trade for speed until I have about 3 or 4 of these. I'm gonna get one more. I'm fine with all the rest of this stuff. I felt super slow. It also gives you a lot of extra uplift on your jump move if you're running faster, which sometimes you will go so fast that you jump through the skybox of the map. I don't quite want to be that fast, but it is really annoying to be running like a fucking, you know, bowl of molasses being poured down somebody's stairs. So it's nice to have this. This guy shouldn't be too hard for us. I think we can bomb him down pretty quick with the Artificer. Just want to go 10 million up into the air, 10 million miles, and then rain down 3-pointers and Kamehamehas onto these dudes. There we go. You can see we don't need like crazy damage items for Artificer because our stuff already does crazy damage. We just have to charge it up. Also, my mouse 1, my primary fire, is on charges as well. The way that I dodge this is fall out of the sky and then bounce back up right before I hit the ground. To me, your mileage may vary, but that is my most efficient method of dodging this Stone Titan's laser. I'm going to go ahead and activate this because we have the extra money for it, and it'll just keep these guys busy and shoot them. See, I almost killed myself by falling to my death, which you should never do as the Artificer because you have flight. You can hover, just press spacebar. But when you're in the heat of the battle messing around and comboing things, and I have a tendency to bunny hop from my history in playing shooters because it just helps you become less targetable. So I'm almost always hopping around, and guess what? Hop is the spacebar. So sometimes you'll, maybe not you, maybe you're better at the game than I am, you'll accidentally hit the spacebar while you're in the air, just out of habit or by accident, and it can cause you to lose altitude on Artificer. So you'll fall a long way to your death. One way you can avoid this though is just by being in the habit of feathering the spacebar, because then you'll see like it goes off, it comes on, it goes off, it comes on, but you're still falling in such a way that you're not going to take crazy damage once you get to the ground. That's all that you're trying to avoid. And pretty much nothing else can kill you as the Artificer if you know what you're doing. And most of the time when you die, it's going to be because you fucked up your flight and fell 10 million miles to your death. Alright, I feel like I'm getting, I don't know if because I took so long playing the first round, or if I'm just not keeping a good track of time, but it seems like I should have been here a long time ago. Stage 3, it's about right. I've honestly kind of gone quickly through the levels for being on stage 3. This is around 5 minutes per stage, or just a little bit over, just a little bit under, I'm not sure. But one thing I'm thankful for is all these dum-dums just appeared right here at the beginning to sacrifice themselves to the golden throne of Terra for the glory of the Empire, so that I can take their souls and convert it into currency and use it to buy Christmas presents. The only thing that really matters in this life. Material goods, let's go. Got this buffalo. We're just going to blast him down and throw an ice wall up. That way when he charges at us, he will hit the ice wall and stun himself. But I don't think we got him that time. I think, in fact, he did not get stunned. So I see some stuff up on the hill. I'm just going to go ahead and fly up in the sky to make it easier to get to. I'll take a cautious slug because this will help us heal if we need to just fly way up and get out of combat. This is razor wire. It's not that great. You do retaliatory damage whenever you take damage, but guess what the most important thing to do in this game is? Not take damage. So what the fuck good is that item? It's not great. It's not great. Okay, these guys are going to be a big nuisance too. They're normally not for small, speedy characters that have like different ways of dealing with them, but you're going to be up in the sky focusing down more important targets as the Artificer. So what's going to happen is those shitheads are going to pile up, and then 5 of them will try to shoot you with their stupid laser all at the same time. And even if it doesn't kill you, it pushes you. It shoves you around like a shitty Matchbox 20 song. So you can be shoved off of the map, you can be shoved into other enemies, you can be shoved into hazards or out of position or all kinds of stupid shit by that. Just don't get caught off guard by it. Don't let it hurt your feelings too bad. See how many of them? We're not even fighting a boss or anything. There's just 10 million of these dumb fuckers standing around trying to shoot me with their dumb little slow laser ability. To the point that I'm getting annoyed with them and I just don't want to fight them. We're just going to run. Make sure you run Serpentine, Bob and Weave. We can open presents. Opening presents will fire missiles at them because we have the firework item in our inventory. And firing missiles kills them and gives us more money. It's the circle of life. Oh, I was trying to use Huntress's ability and instead I used Artificers. But it kind of had the similar effect of throwing me way up into the sky. It just didn't give me an arrow targeting ability where I could rain down hellfire upon them. I completely missed that guy, but who cares? Let's get out of here. We have money. We just want to farm the level up and leave when we can. So let's see. We lost an energy drink doing shenanigans with the 3D printer. So if I can ever get these guys off of my nutsack for 5 seconds, that's probably what I'll buy. I can't get these guys off of my nutsack for 5 seconds. I'm just going to have to let them ride it. Just ride my balls, dum-dums. You just keep fucking appearing. This is never... You'll find that this is the case also in life. There's a never-ending supply of dick-riding losers. They just keep coming and coming and coming. There's one at every job. Alright, so we got the can finally. Let's bail on this. Life choice. Go open some more presents. You know, like a lot of times when you make bad life choices, you can just fix it all completely by buying yourself presents. It's true, folks. Don't believe me? Test it out for yourself. I bet you'll feel better right away. Although I'm finding myself to be somewhat of a hypocritical liar because I just opened 2 presents and they were full of bullshit that I didn't want. So now I'm going to leave. I'm going to take my toys and go home to the next level where I can kill more people for presents. Tag this guy so he takes bleed damage, but you don't want to let him just sit there and punch you. In fact, there's nothing that this piece of shit can do to us at all, because we live in the sky and he lives on the ground. So you just take your time, whittle him down, use all of your abilities to the best of your ability. When you can, you want to hit him in the face with a full Kamehameha charge, but you know, he's annoying and he teleports around a lot. Don't let yourself feel too bad if you don't get him right in the face with it. Just try to be consistent. Shoot for the moon. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and so forth and so on. You've heard it all before. I mean, I'm not saying anything you guys haven't heard from Wayne Gretzky or some other hackneyed motivational speaker. So, I don't even know. Oh, there he is. I was going to say, I don't even know where the hell this imp guy went. I just got annoyed with all these little flying buttholes. So, I decided to go higher than they could ever go and to rain hell down upon them. Let's see. I do need to find this boss, though, and sort of kill him off, because what is he doing? He's not even in the damn boss zone. He's lost. He's got dementia. He's become Sleepy Joe Imp Lord. So we need to find some... Okay, he's back. He's back. He's back. All right. He's teleporting again. He's mad because he can't get close to me, but he's just going to have to cry himself a river, build a bridge, and get the fuck over it, because this is what I do, buddy. I'm the artificer. I'm tired of trying to win by being good at the game. I'm just going to win by being fucking broken. There's nothing you can do about it. Eat shit. Eat it. Eat it and like it, especially these guys. I'm not in the command zone, but I don't care. I'm basically Jennifer Grey and Dirty Dancing, because I'm just having the time of my life throwing Kamehamehas at these idiots, watching them flap around on the ground like frustrated invalids because they can't reach me. It's a slow process, but it's good to be at the top, you know what I mean? Get that Kamehameha right in his face. Some guy that has a fucking sixth sense I don't know what he's doing to where he just magically sways out of the way of my fucking blast every time I aim it right at him. But he's got this weird little dance move that he does. If you'll watch him, next time I charge this damn thing up and throw it, he just kind of sways a little bit and just sort of sidesteps it. The fuck is that kind of shit? Anyway, we're just going to get right in his face if we can. That way he can't dodge it as easily, and our mouse 1 button does flame damage, so even while he's doing all this stupid fuckity bullshit, he's ticking down just like the clock. He's ticking down, he's dying, he's losing, he's not as good as me, we're the best, they're the worst, etc., etc. When in doubt, press R. There he is. Let's just get rid of this guy. He's cramping my style. He's annoying me. He looked at me funny. He tattled. He's not the boss of me. We don't have to fight all these shitheads. We just have to get to our item and then press E and then leave. Sayonara, penis kissers. We're up in the sky now and there's nothing you can do to us. Alright, we've got a jellyfish, but I'm not really as afraid of this dude. I probably should be. Probably should be afraid of him. I'm probably talking stupid because he is the big dumb cheeseball jellyfish. He's like the guy who plays Odd Job and GoldenEye. He's not really good at the game. He's just cheating to gain an advantage. So we can bail out on that. We don't need that scene. I don't know why the hell we were even up there, except for the fact that the game just spawned us in a really high spot. What we want to do is not get stuck on terrain somehow, because that's what I just did. But we also want to kill things for money. As you can see, there's a guy trying to tap me with his balls. Where is he? There he is. He's just trying to give me a bag tag, a mushroom stamp. He's trying to recreate the impossible sit-up. He's got a bunch of balls that he keeps rested on his chin, and he periodically throws them at me to try and ruin my day. You can see them raining down hellfire on me now. This just kind of sucks. There's a bunch of elite versions of this ball-chinning monster, so it's extra hard to kill them and get away from them. They have a lot of extra health whenever they're like that. Let's see. We want to kind of try to drop down and pick up this item, but not by killing ourselves. I can't seem to pick up this item, and I think it's because I just don't have enough money. And I'm like, after all the things that I've been fighting, I still don't have enough money? Lame. That's what I say. It's lame. It's just unprofessional. Come on, people. Come on. I hate this. This thing that I'm looking at sucks. It's a nightmare. It's a big blob of bullshit that's full of elite monsters that don't die very easily, and they just suck till they blow. They're gonna kill me any second now if I don't deal with them. But here's the thing, like, I just want to buy toys. I don't want to deal with my problems. That's not what my generation does, okay? It's just, we have to find a better way. Hopefully this will... God damn, this is like a long, slow train to nowhere. I'm super annoyed by this level. I'm super annoyed by all these guys that I'm having to fight. and I feel like I'm not getting anything good. So here's what we're gonna do. Ooh, this is a good item. I'll get rid of this. We'll just fire some rockets. Oh, I would be more sad about that, but okay, I don't need like a million jumps. Don't have any equipment. That's why I'm not sad about it. Then there's the equipment bot. I still don't have any equipment. I like having double jumps though. Double jumps are quite good. There's a second equipment bot that I can't use. Oh, the irony. Equipment bots everywhere, and not a single piece of equipment to behold. We already have a bunch of goat hoofs. That's what's in this 3D printer, so I don't need that. I need some chrono bobble because that slows people down. I always like to do that. Open that up, do some extra damage. I'm not seeing anything that I want to buy. So, what we're going to do is just go to the end of the level and fight the boss by going 1,000,000 miles up to the sky. So, we need to make sure our double jumps are spammed out before we start trying to use our jetpack. You see, I fell pretty far to the ground there because I forgot that I have all these double jumps. They'll only refresh when you touch the ground. So once you spam them all out, you can just stay up in the sky pretty much indefinitely. I'm looking at all these things that are like, have little claws over them. It means we can't access them while the boss fight's going on. We have to complete the teleporter event before they'll become available again. But I'm taking note of where they are so that I can just go clean up after I've killed the bosses. They're taking some damage. We have some gunner drones that are kind of helping with that. What is it, doggy? Oh, my doggy is warning me, I hope, of like a vampire or a werewolf or a psycho killer, a sitting president, somebody that's really dangerous so that it's worthwhile for me to take a minute and pay attention to whatever's going on. Or hope not. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep playing the game because, you know, it's Risk of Rain 2. It's big important. So, you know, maybe one of those things will just murder me and then I won't have to get any more haircuts or pay any more bills. You know, that's always one way to look at things if you're not super worried or interested in dealing with werewolves, psycho killers, robbers. Just say to yourself, you know, it's been a good run. I'm the artificer. I don't have to deal with this shit. I can just fly up into the sky. Do you even know who I am? Can do something really stupid, which is like fly into the middle of all of these guys and start pressing buttons. That did activate a drone for us and give us some fireworks. So that's kind of cool. Try to damage the boss whenever you can. We haven't done really any damage to the boss at all because we're just magical flying creatures. The normal problems of the world are not our problems. We're up here in the sky with all these losers throwing their balls in a million directions and hitting nothing. Something did knock me down from my flight, so fuck you, whatever that was. Probably one of these stupid exploding jellyfish assholes. I don't know where these worms are going. They're not a threat. The most annoying thing about these worms is when you have to fight them as a boss, they're just gonna fly all over the fucking map to some foreign territory that you can't get to, and who knows what they're chasing. Are they chasing my drones? Are they trying to get to me? I don't know, but they leave the attack zone, and then I spend the whole time dealing with these shitheads who don't make the level end when I kill them. There's an infinite number of them. They'll just keep going until you beat the boss. So you gotta deal with this guy somehow. I just gotta hunt these guys down, I guess, because they're not, like, they're running from me. They're the boss. They're supposed to be trying to kill me, and they're just flying as far the fuck they can away from me so that I can't get to them. It's a bold strategy, and it might even work, because all these little extra peons and bitches are gonna kill me with their dumb basic attacks while I'm trying to hunt down this fucking never-ending story reject flying magma worm cocksucker loser. Let's just die. It's easier than putting up with this. So that's Risk of Rain, everybody. Hope it looked fun, as fun to you as it was for me playing it. I'm gonna take a break. Thanks for watching.